Hey guys, welcome! I'm Cooper. This is my friend Patrick from Patrick Beatty Reviews here on YouTube, and we're going to be discussing some spoiler talk, a spoiler discussion, if you will, of Spider-Man Homecoming that just came out this past weekend. Patrick and I have already seen the movie twice. Now, we first saw it a week before it came out. We did a review of that as well. It's on Patrick's channel, so make sure to go ahead and check that out if you want to before this. There's some topics. The reason why we're doing the spoiler discussion, so we can bring up some topics we didn't initially do in our original review, because obviously spoilers.
And there's so much to talk about.
There's so much to talk about. The gist of it, we really enjoyed the film. The rest of it, go ahead and check out the review just to find out more. Now, this is just going to hopefully be like a pretty standard, laid-back discussion video where we're just going to talk about things that happen in the film, spoilers, additional thoughts now that we've seen it a second time. And so the first topic I really want to bring up now is that one that's being tossed around everywhere online. A lot of controversy going around it. And that is Zendaya revealing herself as MJ. Yeah. At the end of the movie.
What does the J stand for?
Gosh.
I don't think they even say what it stands for.
Well, I thought it was her last name. Maybe I don't remember correctly.
Lame.
You literally just walked out of your second time saying it. I saw it for the second time just a couple days ago. But first off, before I say the whole MJ thing it's interesting the way they went around.
Okay.
Zendaya, first off, I really enjoyed Zendaya's character in this movie. Michelle, I thought was just like a fun, quirky character. Each time she was on film, like on the screen, I was always kind of like, she's just such an interesting person. I thought her bits were funny. I have a lot of friends that thought she was just annoying, and even to a point of being bitchy. I didn't see that.
If anything, it's more like April from Parks and Rec. Like, it's not something that you would consider like she just hates everybody, and she's just like kind of she has a lot of personality to her, and you can tell that she's extending a little bit of an arm of friendship with every time she jabs Peter or anything. It's like, why would she still be around them? You know?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. And at the end of the film, there's a little nod. She says that her friends call her MJ. And a lot of people in my theater actually groaned when that happened. I, myself included, initially. I was like, what? They're really doing that? But it wasn't until like after that I kind of realized they're not saying that she's Mary Jane. They're not really like saying she's Michelle.
MJ.
Yeah, MJ.
Come on.
She's still Michelle. Her friends call her MJ. I don't believe she's Mary Jane. That's the thing. Like, everyone's like, Zendaya is Mary Jane. Well, no. The way I look at it is, were you the one that brought this up? It's very Dark Knight Rises-y with
John Blake at the end when they were like, hey, here's all of your bags of goodies from Bruce Wayne. What's your name? Well, they call me Robin. Like,
exactly. Exactly. And that's how I saw it too. But John Blake wasn't Robin per se. They were John Blake. In this it's just kind of like a fun nod. Now with Zendaya's character being Michelle, I see it as kind of just a nod to say maybe in the future she's going to be a love interest of Peter's. I would like to see that. Sure. I really like the character. They could do in the Spectacular Spider-Man TV series, Gwen Stacy was kind of nerdy and then kind of ended up just being kind of breathtaking in a way, just kind of hot. Have you ever watched a Spectacular TV series?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's such a great show. Anyway.
I'm on the wrong channel.
Anyway, yeah, so it didn't really bother me afterwards. I know it bothers a lot of people. At most, I just think it's something that I would have rather than just stuck with one or the other. I wish they would have either just like called her MJ and just like build off from there. I wouldn't mind if they just called her Mary Jane in the movie. I don't see.
I wish they would. Yeah, to be honest. Like, I think the character Michelle was actually a really fleshed out character, and making her MJ just kind of felt like it was. Everybody's kind of been saying it's going to be Mary Jane. We should probably do that now, like before we forget. She's MJ, but. At least, like, aside from the John Blake, she's going to pay off. I think there's going to be another one of these. Sorry, Dark Knight Rises having to go away.
Another franchise. I would love that. I don't care if MJ, like, they cast MJ as like an Asian character or anything like that. I really just think that Zendaya would be great. She's
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
a great person. So I wish they either just like stuck with either Mary Jane or just stuck with a Michelle rather than just throwing this MJ nod in there. But what I'm just trying to say doesn't really bother me too much. So yeah.
Yeah, you know, with me, I would say like some of the funnest parts of this were all of the moments with Captain America. Like the scene where the gym teacher is standing on the other side of the TV screen, and Captain America's like, "Your gym teacher here," and he's over on this side.
Exactly.
And just all of the moments that were small moments that made the film its teenage Breakfast Club style.
Yeah.
Like it was stuff like when they were at the Washington Monument. And the teacher's like, "Aren't you going to go up to the monument with Zendaya's character?" And she went, "Well, they're kind of made by slaves." And he goes, "No, that's not." And he kind of glances over at somebody, and they're like, a little bit. I mean, it wasn't anything that I felt like was like shoved down your throat.
Yeah.
It was a very innocent and fun scene, and like there were still people that were diverse that went up there. Like it was just a thing that happened, and so those little moments I loved. But
yeah.
The Vulture.
The whole, before you go, that one of my funniest parts I thought was the whole I think he's a war criminal now.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, that kind of stuff.
I don't know if we should be watching this anymore.
Yeah. But anyway, Vulture, you just brought it up, and that's kind of a good point to go into now. One of the things I wrote a list of like different things to talk about. One of the things I have on here is Vulture being Liz's dad. I thought that was a pretty sweet twist.
That twist, I don't think anybody in the theater saw it coming.
No,
It's so satisfying to not know, you know?
Yeah.
To not know and then have it twist and just be like, what the hell?
Here's the funny thing, too. I don't really know how well-versed in the Spider-Man world you are.
Not.
But
Movies.
The funny thing is my fiance actually brought it up that they actually saw it coming. And they also said that in the whole theater that a lot of people actually groaned about that happening because apparently they saw that coming.
Somebody saw that early and whispered it in the theater. Because that sounds... That's crazy.
I mean, might be. Personally, in my theater and everything, everyone was like completely blown away by that happening, including myself. Because Vulture is Adrian Toomes in the comics, and Liz, they don't refer to Liz as Liz Allen in the movie. They don't bring up her last name. I don't believe so. But they're in the comics. Vulture isn't Liz's dad. That's something that doesn't happen. That's something they did in this movie. And I actually thought it was a brilliant twist.
Yeah.
As soon as he opened the door, my feet just like shot up to my brain, or I don't even know exactly. I just my heart skipped a beat as it happened, and I'm like, Peter is so screwed in this moment. Like, what is going on here?
His reaction was perfect when they brought him in to take the pictures, and he's just like, corsage here.
It's so
Keeping
great.
one eye on him through the whole thing.
So great. And I love that too, because it just brings me to just classic Spider-Man. Oh gosh, this movie's so great. I'm just going on a little tangent here.
What else is on the list?
And by the way, Michael Keaton's Vulture is still great. Second time watching it too. I actually liked it even more the second time watching it. Anyway, another thing I have on the list right here is that's also a big topic of discussion, at least amongst the Spider-Man community, is Aunt May finding out that Peter is Spider-Man at the end of the movie.
I'm glad they did it. I mean, it would have been too much for her to find out during the movie, so it was a nice little like... When you go into this, there's probably going to already be some set-up themes of like how she really disapproves of him being Spider-Man.
Yeah, so the way I felt about it as a Spider-Man fan is I kind of wish they held it out a bit longer. I wish they'd at least save it for kind of like an emotional point in a future movie. I thought that would always be interesting in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films that Aunt May found out that Peter was Spider-Man.
I thought she knew. Did she know?
Well, I felt like that. I actually felt like that.
Old lady winky eye at him all the time, right? Doesn't she? She's like, I know what Spider-Man would do in this instance. He would do the right thing, and she kind of just elbows him. Maybe not. Maybe I was just
I felt a lot of
it.
that in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. You know, the freaking
there you go,
laundry sheriff stuff, and and the thing. And when it happened, I thought it was a gut-busting moment, just like at the end of the movie where she's just all like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And it cuts the credits. I thought that was hilarious. And by no means, I'm not upset about it. I'm just like saying, as a Spider-Man fan, I wish they saved that for like a kind of an emotional part of like a future movie. But I'm not upset that we're not going to get that. I thought that was funny. And another thing I really like about it too is that Aunt May is not a dumbass. Not to say that the Aunt Mays in other movies are dumbasses for not realizing that's Peter Spider-Man. Not at all. But just like putting all the pieces together, Peter being around Tony Stark more, Peter going out late at night. The whole DC thing happens. Everyone knew that Peter was away from the crowd. Yeah. And they're like, oh my gosh, where's Peter? Oh, but Spider-Man's here. Gee, it's like always like, I've never seen Peter and Spider-Man in the same room together.
They did a great job of like, they don't let their characters go into that like dumb attitude. Like the Vulture figures it out in a car ride. Which is also like, that's worth your price of admission right there. That scene in the car. My God, it's so tense. It's so good.
He opens the drawer. It's very subtle.
Oh yeah,
but he had a gun in his hand.
Yeah, the part where he had the gun in
his hand.
Yeah, he's like, and just the first thing, does she know? Like, ooh, daddy talk, father, whatever talk. Jeez.
Yeah. So Aunt May finding out, I thought that was, I ended up to accept it.
Yeah.
Still kind of wish that they saved it for a future movie.
You think it was kind of a wasted moment? Like a wasted opportunity? Basically? Like, this was a little bit more throwaway than you would have liked?
I'm not going to say that. I think, for the most part, I think it was done more just for comedic effect. But to also... They're going to touch on it in the future. I know that for sure. They're going to do that. Maybe there's going to be something in Infinity War. That's not a spoiler. Spider-Man's going to be in Infinity War. There's teasers for Infinity War that just showed Tom Holland.
Is there. Wasn't that one of the
things? The Iron Spider suit. Yeah, so let's go on to the Iron Spider now. That suit was
dope as... Yeah.
So a lot of people that aren't super Spider-Man savvy, in the Civil War arc of the comics, Tony Stark gives Peter the Iron Spider suit, and Peter lets the whole world know that he's Spider-Man in that press conference. And that's a cool little nod at the end of this movie that they had this all set up for something like that to happen. And as soon as I wasn't not expecting this whatsoever. It was like one of my favorite points in the movie where like I turned to my friend Austin and just like grabbed his arm, like, that's the Iron Spider suit, like when it rolls out of the ground. And it looks so cool. I'm like, I want Peter to play with this guy. And
Pepper Potts walks in out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Where the hell have you been? You've just been staying in there the whole time?
Like, in Civil War, when Tony said that they were on a break, I'm like, that's it. Gwyneth Paltrow's not going to be coming back for any Spider-Man
movie. He did say that. That's true.
Any MCU movies. And, I was not expecting any more Pepper because we haven't seen her since Iron Man 3. And then all of a sudden, Pepper walks in. I'm like, oh, well, she's back, I guess. I'm okay with it, but I never cared for Pepper as a character much. That's an unpopular opinion. I don't care for Pepper much as a character. I just always thought she was, I don't know, kind of whining. I don't know.
She was my favorite. Yeah. I don't think they really have done good with the girlfriends in this. Like, even Black Widow kind of has been like a somewhat girlfriend. I don't know.
Kind of like with every Avenger in a kind of a way.
Two out of 4. Yeah. 2 out of 4. Well, I guess don't count Spider-Man. He's too young. That's weird. Black Widow's hello. Hey, Spider.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like that.
Exactly.
What about Miles Morales, though? They dropped a hint for Miles Morales in this film.
Oh, like the
Donald Glover's character when Spider-Man is going with it. And by the way, the Batman intimidation voice, when he shows up, like, you really suck at this, dude. Yeah. When you turn that off, he goes, I'm intimidating, man. What the crap? But then they tease he has a nephew in Queens. That's why he didn't want the weapons in there. And I don't know, does that tell you
that's like not confirmed, but like it's there to speculate. Now, me personally,
so that's not confirmed, and the stupid Iron Man 2 kid is confirmed.
Yeah, it is.
It's way more of a connection, like way far of a stretch.
I know, I 100% agree, and I really want. I really want Miles in the MCU. I really do want that to happen. And my theory is that next year Sony's coming out with the animated Spider-Man film that is actually going to be revolving around Miles. I think that's just to get the general audience more familiar with the Miles character.
Yeah.
Because as comic fans, we all know who Miles is. Like, everyone knows who Miles Morales is. But if you go out there and just ask an average Joe out there on the street, like, hey, you know who Miles Morales is? They're probably not going to really know. Like, that's why I think it's smart that Sony's putting out this animated film first. Yes. And then they're probably going to introduce Miles later on in the MCU, which is pretty cool. And people are like, oh, that's not too long. The animated Spider-Man film comes out next year, so I really hope that's going to happen.
He's in the universe. Like, and that's confirmed. They said he's in the universe. Yeah. Like, maybe he's not Spider-Man yet. I mean, the Don Glover was bringing popsicles in that scene. He put popsicles in the trunk. That's how he got bit.
Ice cream.
So I don't
criminal.
Maybe Don Glover, please be in more movies.
Yeah, I
hope Lando's great.
Oh yeah,
I really hope Lando's. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, let's hope the Han Solo movie's pretty good. But yeah, Donald Glover, I want to see more of him. He's just a great person. And he also did the voice of Miles Morales too. Did you know that too? In Ultimate Spider-Man?
I remember back when he had a stand-up about being Spider-Man, and that's kind of what jump-started the whole campaign to make him Miles Morales back. Wasn't it back during when they were still figuring out The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah. The Amazing Spider-Man. There was a whole campaign instead of Andrew Garfield playing Spider-Man to have Donald Glover.
That poor dude. All he wanted to do was be Spider-Man.
Yeah, well,
everybody.
But now he's in it. I was cheering him on as soon as yeah, you did it. You did it. You're in a Spider-Man movie, an official one in the MCU.
But you're playing a gangster.
Yeah, exactly. A criminal. So let's get more of him. The other thing I have on here, I also wanted to bring up the end credits.
Yes.
So the first one I actually found to be pretty cool, and a lot of speculation is going about this as well. So it shows Vulture, Adrian Toomes in prison.
Yeah.
He's going along. Adrian, he knows Peter's identity, who Spider-Man is, and this is after Peter saves his own life, and he also saves Liz's life, his daughter.
Yeah.
So with that, a lot of people are speculating because he's talking to Matt Gargan, who, by the way, is Scorpion in the comics. So I hope Matt Gargan comes back as the actual Scorpion character. He's a cool character from the comics with the tail and everything. But I thought it was pretty cool that he did not say who Peter was by saying, if I knew who he was, I would have killed him myself already or something.
What do you think his reasons were for that? What would you say?
So either way, I think it can go pretty cool because on one hand, he could have held it to himself to say that he wants to protect Peter's identity because, first off, he owes Spider-Man kind of a debt. He saved his life.
Yeah.
He saved his daughter's life. And doesn't want that to get out and kind of playing a good guy in the situation. Good guy Adrian, if you will. And probably will not, in that case, we probably won't see him again. But on the other hand, he could be saving it for himself and going on, like, after he's out of prison or breaks out, to go ahead and kill Peter himself, which I think would be a great dynamic for like a Sinister Six movie or something like that. Definitely. I would love to see more Michael Keaton as Vulture. But either way, in that situation, you can't go wrong. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, if he does come out of prison and wants to get Peter himself, I think that creates a pretty cool dynamic. But either way, I'm not disappointed, and I do want to see more Michael Mando as Matt Gargan. Scorpion's a cool character.
Definitely.
And we got a lot of Sony Spider-Man movies coming out pretty soon. So
five confirmed at least.
And Venom is apparently, according to Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, part of the MCU.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that it is part of the MCU. As far as what they're saying now, it's just not going to be. It's kind of like the other Avengers aren't going to be showing up in the Venom movies. It's just going to probably have like Tom Holland Spider-Man. So it's kind of just like in that kind of realm. Same world, but not Avengers.
Yeah.
And Avengers not going to be coming in there.
Let me ask you this, because I have some theories about what's to come.
Mm-hmm.
I think something special is gonna happen with the Avengers Tower. They made a big stink about it being sold. I think Norman Osborn is gonna take that. And I think you're gonna see a big O instead of the A. And it's gonna say Oscorp. And I think that would be a perfect way to mesh because you can't just have Venom. You got to have all the villains in there. I think.
I want that to happen.
And then we could really have the Iron Patriot if really. Like, oh my gosh! Could you imagine that?
That'd be pretty crazy.
I know. I mean, at least they're going to keep Spider-Man in school for the next 2 more because sophomore, junior. See, I'm already going to call it now Spider-Man graduation, 3rd film.
Graduation.
That's got to be it. You know?
There's Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man...
Midterms.
Yeah,
I think midterms. Yeah.
Going throughout that.
Spring break.
Yeah, then Spider-Man college years. Or
very Spidey Christmas.
Yeah. Very Spidey. That we need to see that. Marvel one-shot at least.
What do you think is going to happen going forward?
Yeah, so the thing is that I really hope they do. I want them to do like an Oscorp thing with the Avengers Tower. Now, apparently, I forget necessarily. It was a while ago, but apparently they said that they don't want to bring Norman Osborn and whatnot into this universe.
Absolutely, do
it.
Well,
yeah, do it, exactly. I always loved Green Goblin. I wouldn't mind seeing Green Goblin again. Like people are like, oh, we're all burned out. We've seen the Green Goblin every series. I'm like, but he's such a classic villain. It's like I see Green Goblin as the Joker of the Spider-Man universe.
Very much so.
Yeah, so I would love for them to bring that in, definitely. We'll see how Venom goes. I still feel so iffy on Venom. I really hope it works. Tom Hardy's great.
I wonder how much influence, like, now, because if he's confirmed in the MCU, does that mean, like, Homecoming was such a success that Feige decided, hey, I want to have my hand in the cookie jar a little more when it comes to your films, and like more influence in that sense? Or
see, the way I kind of look at it is that it's kind of similar to the TV shows of like the of the MCU, where the Avengers aren't necessarily involved, or maybe besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. More so, I'm talking about the Netflix series where you're not going to see like Captain America make a cameo in Daredevil. If that happens in the future, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I think they referenced the Defenders in Spider-Man Homecoming, to be honest.
And they also referenced Damage Control, which has been in the works to be a TV show for a long time. So, I don't know. There's so much unknown about this Venom movie. Just going by off what Amy Pascal of Sony and Kevin Feige of Marvel says, that may happen. So, I don't know. I'm going to hold off. My theory is right now, Venom's just going to kind of go off his own thing. Spider-Man's going to be briefly in it. There's also going to be the Black Cat and Silver Sable movies as well.
Oh, yeah, they are doing
And I want Black Cat. Oh, I love Black Cat.
I don't care about that.
We'll see.
I don't know enough about it, though. That's
Exactly. So,
show me.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfectly summing it up right now. I'm like, show me. Let's find out more. Maybe they'll have something to say at San Diego Comic-Con within the next 2 weeks.
Could Infinity War feature the symbiote now that we know?
That's a technical thing.
Could it actually be kind of a secret war type thing they get that?
So the thing is about the set pictures for Infinity War shows Tom Holland.
This is a major spoiler for this. We should probably warn you.
This is. I mean,
potential.
If you don't want to be spoiled by what's already shown in the trailer or the behind-the-scenes shot of Infinity War, which they did put out like a video, like official Marvel video about the creation of Infinity War. One. Yeah, they showed Tom Holland. He's in a mocap suit. So I'm like, people are speculating. I'm like, I hope that's a symbiote. But now that I've seen Homecoming, I also kind of hope it's an Iron Spider suit. That'd be pretty sweet for him to end up using it anyway. So
I hope he uses that. That would be such. It's what I told you when we were leaving the theater. I feel like I've got blue balls from the Iron Spider suit. Don't just tease that and take it away from me. So put that in the next one, please.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see that too. Just to kind of wrap it up here, I think we hit a lot of points. Overall, second viewing of Spider-Man, my ranking still holds true. I gave in the initial review Spider-Man Homecoming an 8.5 out of 10, which a lot of people actually gave me crap for. Like, 8.5, that you didn't really like it all that much? I'm like, no, I love it.
It's still an 8.5, people.
It's an 8.5 to me, but it's still my second favorite Spider-Man film. Spider-Man, my ranking goes Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, The Amazing Spider-Man, surprisingly. I really like The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man, with the original Tobey Maguire, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man 3. So 8.5, that's a great score, I feel, in my opinion. Now, about you, anything changed?
Nothing's really changed for me. I really think that the only thing that this second viewing, and I just got out of the theater for this, the only thing that really stood out to me more is the Back to the Future like influence that is specifically in Peter Parker. He for sure is a Marty McFly, even to the extent of like some of the way his dialogue is delivered when he's a little bit more like scatterbrained in what he's saying. It's so it hits the nail on the head, but it's not trying to be a complete ripoff, and that is going to make me keep it at 9 because there's still like the MJ thing got to me a little bit more. Just her name's Michelle. Just go with me.
Yeah,
if you could just be Michelle,
that's
you don't
my
have
biggest
to be married.
But like I said, it's not really a gripe. But like, because I'm like, I'm going to accept it.
They're trying too hard to not be the Raimi while wanting to still be the Raimi.
Well, yeah, I'm going to accept it, but I just think, I'm like, why did you just keep it on either end?
You built a good character. Use it, Like, use Michelle. Yeah. Maybe Michelle could just be Michelle, and then you have a brand new character. I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. And I want to see more Ned. Ned was a great character. He's in the library, and he's like, I'm watching porn. Oh my god,
I'm looking at porn. Why are you up in the computer lab when there's a dance happening? He's just sweating.
It's such an awkward, lovable character. So I just thought that was so great. Mm-hmm. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to head to wrap it up. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about Spider-Man Homecoming. Did you like it? Did you love it? Or are there things that you don't necessarily agree with? What are your favorite moments? Once again, this is all spoilers, so make sure I hope you've already seen the movie when you're watching this. But go out and see Spider-Man Homecoming. I highly recommend it. This is Patrick. Now, where can you find you, Patrick?
You can find me on Twitter at PWBEATTY. Go to Patrick Beatty Reviews. Subscribe. Like if you like it. Like it. If you don't, just tell me what you think. Tell me what I should do different.
Yeah, and once again, our review is going to be in the description of this video if you want to see the initial review. Make sure to subscribe to him. He does way more uploads than I do, and all sorts of different all sorts of awesome reviews. So he's great. He definitely deserves more subscribers. Once again, myself, I'm Spider Pixie or Cooper. You can go find me on Who Else But Coop on Instagram, Spider Pixie on Snapchat, and Spider Pixie on Facebook. So, other than that, go see it. Once again, thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you.
I always love making videos with you. And other than that, see you next time. Thwip.